Hello dear students, we were discussing about chapter 5, separation of substances. In the previous part, that is part 1, we have discussed about the introduction of separation of substances, that is the purpose of the separation of substances, and we have started with the methods of separation, in which we have studied hand picking, threshing and winnowing. Now let's start with the fourth method of separation, which is sieving. Sometimes we may wish to prepare a dish with flour. We need to remove impurities and bran that may be present in it. What do? We use a sieve and pour the flour in it. So you must have seen your mother sieving flour with a sieve. This is a sieve and it has a mesh, fine mesh. The mesh size of mesh is based on the material to be sieved. So when your mama has to sieve flour, she puts the flour in this. The fine flour particles, they come out and they are collected in the vessel, while the impurities remain in the sieve itself. In this way, the impurities can be separated. This method of separation is called as sieving, and this method is used in flour mills also, where grains are separated from their impurities like stones, stalks and husk. They may still remain with, and we have studied that the process of threshing and winnowing, where we have separated the impurities, the husk particles, but still there are some particles of husk and straw which remain inside, which remain with the grain, and for that we use the method of sieving. You may also have noticed similar sieves being used at construction sites. Near the construction sites also, the same type of sieve is used, or the method of sieving is used for separating the fine sand particles from the pebbles, and stones are separated from the fine sand particles. The pebbles and stone, they remain inside the sieve, while the fine particles of sand, they are collected below, which can be used for further purpose. So there is an activity, you have to perform the activity using with the help of your parents. You have to sieve the flour using a sieve, and this method of sieving is based on size of the particle. When the materials to be separated have different sizes, then this method is used. In case of winnowing, we have separated the materials on the basis of their weight, but here in sieving, the materials are separated on the basis of their size. Now the next method is sedimentation, decantation and filtration. So after winnowing and hand picking, there's still some fine sand particles or dust particles which remain on the grains. Like you have seen your mama before cooking rice, first she hand picks the stone particles, then by the process of winnowing she removes the husk. But after that also there are some fine dust particles that remain with the grains. For that we use the process of sedimentation and decantation. You must have seen your mama washing the rice or pulses with water before cooking it. So she pours clear water on the rice, and after some time, what happens? All the dirt and dust particles that are inside, that are on the grains, they are washed away by the water, and water becomes dirty. Then this water, your mama tilts the vessel to separate out the water. So this is sedimentation and decantation. Rice or pulses are usually washed before cooking. When you add water to these, the impurities like dust particle get separated. These impurities go into water. Now, what will sink to the bottom? Can you tell me what will sink to the bottom? Yes, the heavier grain particles will settle to the bottom, while the dust particles they will go into the water and they are mixed with water, and your mama tilts the vessel to pour out the dirty water. When the heavier components in a mixture settles after water is added to it, the process is called as sedimentation. This is sedimentation. What is sedimentation? Settling down of heavier particles when water is added to it is called as sedimentation. And when your mama tilts the vessel to pour out dirty water, then it is called as decantation. When the water is removed, the process is called as decantation. So suppose this is a vessel and these are the grain particles which have settled down. So this process is sedimentation. The heavier particles have settled down, and the particles which settle down, they form a separate layer, and this layer is called as sediment. This process, the layer is called as sediment. This is the sediment. This is the sediment. And tilting and removing the upper water to remove the impurities, this step is the decantation. The same principle is used for separating a mixture of two liquids that do not mix with each other. For example, oil and water from their mixture can be separated by this method. If a mixture of such liquids is allowed to stand for some time, they form two separate layers. The components that form the top layer can then be separated by decantation. So this method of decantation can be used to separate two immiscible liquids. Immiscible means two liquids that do not mix with each other, like oil and water. They do not mix with each other, as we know, and we also know that oil is lighter than water. So oil forms a separate layer above the surface of water, and we can separate the oil from water by tilting it and decanting it. In this way, we can separate the two liquids. Now, let us again consider a mixture. So, we have studied separation of solid to solid. Like in case of sedimentation and decantation, we have separated grains and the dust particles. We have separated two solids. Then we have studied the separation of two liquids by decantation. Now, if a solid and a liquid has to be separated, like tea leaves has to be separated from tea. So in this case, there is another method of separation, which is filtration. Because if we use decantation, what will happen? The tea leaves will not be separated completely from the tea, and you cannot enjoy the taste of tea. So in this case, we use the method of filtration. Filtration is done using a strainer or a filter. So you must have seen your mama filtering the tea using a strainer. So can you tell me which method is better, decantation or filtration for separating tea leaves from tea? Yes, obviously it is filtration. So we can take an example of water. There's an activity regarding this. In this activity, you have to take muddy water. Muddy water means, or you can take a glass of water and you can put a spoonful of soil into it and you can mix it well and muddy water will be prepared. So first step is leave it for some times, let the heavier particles settle down and then decant that liquid. Take the upper part or the liquid that you have tilted and decanted, take that liquid and observe it. Is it completely clear? No, it is still dirty. So this is the diagram. Now you have to take a filter paper. This is a filter paper. You have to fold it like this. First you have to fold it half and then again fold it to make it like this and then open it to make a cone. So this filter paper is a special type of paper used to filter liquids, and then pour that dirty liquid, muddy liquid here. So what will happen? You will observe that clear liquid is separated out and here the dirt particles or the soil particles, they remain on the filter paper. So in this way we can separate or filter the materials, or we can separate a solid and from a liquid using the method of filtration. So filtration is basically used for separating solid from a liquid, and sedimentation and decantation is used to separate either two solids or we can use it for two liquids also. So fruits and vegetable juices are usually filtered before drinking to separate the seeds and solid particles of pulp. So this method of filtration is also used in preparation of fruit and vegetable juices when we have to separate the seeds and pulp from the fruit juice. This method is also used to prepare cottage cheese or paneer. Your mama must have prepared paneer using milk, and while preparing paneer or cottage cheese, a lot of liquid needs to be removed, and this liquid is removed using the method of filtration using a muslin cloth. We can use a fine cotton cloth also as a filter. So today we have studied, in the second part we have studied the method of sieving, sedimentation, decantation and filtration. In the next part we will study the other methods of filtration of separation of substances. I hope you all have understood the chapter. If you have any doubt, you can write to me, you can comment, and you have understood it well, please like the video. Thank you, students.